Hi, this is Chris Smith for T3.com in the luxury confines of the Holiday Inn here in Birmingham. Now, why are we in a hotel in Birmingham, you ask? Well, we're at the Gadget Show Live and we've had a very, very special delivery to the T3's stand today. Yes, we have one of the first Apple iPads ever to arrive in the United Kingdom, courtesy of our man in Seattle who sent it directly over to us. So let's cut directly to the chase. Straight out of the box, the iPad will be instantly familiar to anyone who's used or owned an iPhone or an iPod Touch. The interface is exactly the same. We've got the icons on the home screen here, accompanied by the four that are on the bottom: Safari, Mail, Photos, and iPod. In this case, we have the start button at the bottom, the volume here, a lock screen here, and the familiar off switch here. If I just switch that on, then we slide to unlock. As we'd expect. If I just swoosh to the left, we have the search menu, and if we had lots of apps, I could search to the right to show you endless screens of iPad apps that we've downloaded to the device. Now, we'd expect nothing less than a fantastic touchscreen from Apple, and the iPad certainly delivers on all levels. Browsing is an absolute breeze, so if I just open T3.com in Safari there, and the multi-touch is perhaps even better on this than it is on the iPhone or the iPod. If I can just pinch to zoom here, a nice close-up of T3's homepage. Just open the page. And it's extremely responsive. Now, as I say, the multi-touch is a real bonus. Text is clear, images are crystal clear as well. So we're extremely impressed with the touchscreen. If I just click the little window icons here, you can see all the pages that I visited before. If I hit this one, it takes me instantly back to the last page I viewed on T3.com. I can add that as a bookmark or view my other bookmarks as you'd expect on any Safari mobile device. Now, anybody who's used an iPhone or an iPod Touch will be able to pick this device up directly out the box and know exactly how to use it. Everything just works exactly how you'd expect it to. If I open the Mail application here, it was extremely easy to configure my mail to Gmail, and the keyboard is very easy to type on as well. A lot of people have speculated that you might not be able to type as you would on a regular keyboard, but it is absolutely fantastic, and we can quite easily see us typing away here with two hands very, very quickly indeed, almost as easily as you would on an actual physical keyboard. Top marks to Apple there, one of the main concerns against the iPod, quite easily pushed into the background. The weight of the device feels exactly as you'd expect. It's 680 grams, not too heavy, not too light, and the build is typical Apple quality with the aluminium casing on the back here. It really is a fantastic piece of kit to hold in your hand, and it feels really, really good. One of the key differences allowed by the larger screen format is the way the settings menu operates. So if I just head into settings here, you can see we now have a split screen here as opposed to scrolling through more menus on the iPod or the iPhone. So if I go into Wi-Fi here, as you can see, it opens up a new menu and I can switch it off or change it. I can also change my wallpaper here to a more familiar iPod one here to a nice flower, and that comes up very easy. I can set that as my home screen. So the menu system is very, very accessible, very, very easy to use, and it's actually a lot better than the iPhone and the iPod Touch. Now, one of the areas where the iPad might come into its own is when using Google Maps. So let's just open it up here, and as you can see, it's just found us at the Holiday Inn here at the NEC. It was very, very fast, and there's also the pinch to zoom multi-touch functionality on here as well, and that is gorgeous, absolutely effortlessly gliding through the different sectors of the map. That's going to be an absolutely fantastic addition for Apple fans to be able to use the maps on the iPad. One of the features on the iPad that has been completely overhauled from the iPod and the iPhone is the iPod Touch. So if we just open that up here, you can see this carousel-like menu at the top of the screen here with all your artists. So if I just click on Mr. Scruff here, and it brings a little pop-up window where I can select his tune. So if I just click this one here, it starts playing it, and the speakers aren't that great on the iPad, to be honest. They do go relatively loud, but you'll probably want to pick up a decent set of headphones or speakers to accompany this device. If I click on the cover art at the bottom, that brings that up, and another little click here allows me to control the song from the top here. So that's music. How about video? Well, the 1024 by 768 screen on the iPad is absolutely fantastic, crystal clear, and one of the best we've seen for watching video on a device of this ilk. So let's show you a taste on this little BBC Two Scotland trailer that we've downloaded. Now here's where the accelerometer comes into play. It's a 4-way accelerometer, so you'll be able to watch video on the device any way you want, and the screen quality is very, very clear indeed. The contrast could be a little bit better, and the problem you're really going to have with watching video on this device is the fingerprints. We've only been playing with it for a few minutes and it's absolutely covered in them from top to bottom. So if you're going to watch video, you are going to have to keep it very, very clean. As we mentioned before, the speaker quality really isn't that great, so you might want a good pair of external speakers or headphones for your viewing pleasure. The good news is for iPhone users that in terms of apps, all of the applications you've downloaded will work on the iPad and will sync effortlessly to the device when you plug it into your iTunes right out of the box. The bad news is that some of the iPhone apps do hover annoyingly in the middle of the screen, but we'll bring you news of updated apps for this device as soon as they come through. In terms of battery life, Apple's promises of long battery life do seem to be living up to the test at the moment. Our man in Seattle was playing with the device for a whopping 4 hours and the battery level only dropped from 88% to 70%. So you should be good for a day of full browsing, multimedia viewing and emailing, doing whatever it is that people will find to do on the iPad. Early indications are that the Apple iPad might not be the device that changes how we do absolutely everything in the world of technology. Certainly your smartphone and your laptop are quite safe for now. But we think there's definitely enough on here to dispel once and for all the fears that this might just be a big iPod. So here it is, for the first time ever, the Apple iPad.